All right, we're going to do the answers for worksheet 10.6. First one here said we have a rectangle that has a length 10 inches longer than its width. So if I let x represent the width of that rectangle, the length is 10 inches longer. So it'll be x plus 10. So write an expression for the length, x plus 10. Hopefully that's what you have. Write an expression for the area. So we're just going to multiply those two together. And you can have that, that's fine, or if you distribute it, you can have that as well. Either one of those answers would be fine. And then if the area was 24 square inches, what were the sides? So we're going to take our area, set it equal to 24. We're going to subtract that. Then I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to equal 24 and add to equal 10, and that's 12 and negative 2. So I get x equal to negative 12 or 2. All right, so I can't have a side length that's negative, so I cross that one out. So my x value must be 2. Now again, 2 was the original width of this, so my width is 2. And then I added 10 to get the length, so the length would be 12. All right, so 2 times 12 gives me an area of 24, and the length is 10 more than the width. Again, you can kind of trial and error your way to that if you had to, but the algebra there helps you out when you need it. Here's another one with a square, a side length x. Okay, so this is our original, and then we're going to take one of those sides and we're going to add 5 to it. We're going to take the other side, we're going to shorten it by 4. So this is the original square, and then this is the rectangle that we get out of it. Write an expression for the area of the new rectangle. So we're going to take the two sides and multiply them together. That would be our area right there. Okay? If we want to multiply that out, x times x is x squared. X times 5 is going to be 5x. And then I'm going to have a negative 4x here. So 5x minus 4x will give me 1x. And then negative 4 times 5 will give me negative 20. So it's kind of a reverse of factoring. You know, when you say what two numbers multiply and add, and then you write them down, well, it's just, you can go backwards the same way. These two numbers add to give me 1, and they multiply to give me negative 20. So I can kind of multiply it out quickly if I understand the factoring really well. So this new rectangle has an area of 70. So I'm going to take that area and set it equal to 70. Okay, and I write an equation representing this. There's my equation. And now I want to find the lengths of the sides. So I'm going to subtract 70 from both sides here. X squared plus x minus 90 equals 0. All right, and what I want to do now is find two numbers that multiply to equal 90 and add to equal 1. And that should be 10 and negative 9. All right, 10 times negative 9 is negative 90. 10 plus negative 9 is 1. This gives me negative 10 or positive 9. Now, again, x represents the original square. I can't have a negative value, so my original square must have been 9 by 9. Okay, for the rectangle, we took that 9 and one side was subtracted by 4. So that would have given us a side length of 5, and one side was added by 5. So the 9 goes up 5 to 14. 5 times 14 is 70 and works out the way we had. So those are our two sides, 5 and 14. And what was the area of the original square? Well, the original square had a side length of 9, so 9 times 9 gives us an area of 81. So hopefully you felt good about that. On your test next week, in your quiz, this is what you're going to see, or something along this line here.